Okay, so I did like the 1 minute review of Fast X. Let's do the longer long form version. All right, so there will be spoilers more towards the end, but let's get into this. Okay. So Jason Momoa is a character who was negatively impacted during the one where they robbed Rio de Janeiro. And I was drawing a blank as to exactly which one this is. Now, don't worry if you are confused at exactly how he fits into this. Why? Well, they give you like his whole backstory. It's like, here's who he is, here's who he's related to, here's what happened. I like how they used older footage from a previous movie and then just kind of threw in additional scenes here and they're like, well, this is what you saw, and here's other things that were happening. They do that quite frequently in this movie where you'll see what's going on with one character, and then they'll be like, oh, well, here's what's going on with these other characters. And they're all happening simultaneously. And I was like, okay. I kind of like seeing, here's what these guys are doing, but these guys are coming here, so you get those aspects. I'm like, okay, like I dig that. Do you need to have recalled all previous 10 Fast and Furious movies? You're probably thinking this is called Fast 10. It's the 10th movie. There was the spin-off Hobbs and Shaw. So yes, this is the 11th movie. No, you don't. There's a nice scene where one of the teams that's hunting them actually goes through, like, they did this, they did this, they did this, and I'm like, oh wow. Like they pretty much went through here's a real quick, synopsis of plots from the previous movie and things that they've done. Okay. Is it as over the top as 9? I find it hard to top. I'm going to functionally drive a car in space with the air jets. It's nothing like that. They're not wrapping space. They're not wrapping aquatic suits with duct tape so they can survive in space. They're not doing that. So of course this is a guy who's been wrong from their past, and now he's hunting down pretty much every Fast and Furious character. There are a few added people. I will say Jason Momoa's character is absolutely brilliant. You can tell he is having a blast with this. And I was like, I really dig this. It made me want to see Jason Momoa play some different superhero characters that aren't just like the strong, brooding type. You also have Brie Larson in this too. So yes, you have Aquaman and Captain Marvel, and they're both functioning to figure what's going on with Groot. And Groot's brother, Peacemaker. Now, if you're not a fan of Brie Larson, it's okay. She's there to help move things along, and she's part of another family, which is fine. Nothing over the top with her, which was good. You very much can tell that this is the way she looks when she's not like bulked up. My daughter was like, that woman looks like Captain Marvel, just smaller. I'm like, well, for Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, she packed on a couple pounds of muscle. This is how she normally looks. She's like, oh, okay. So of course, other characters, pretty much every character who survived from previous films is going to be in this film in some way, shape, or form. There are lots of cameos thrown in here. Plot, Jason Momoa, he's like, you killed my family, I'm going to kill yours. Oh wait, killing you would be too easy. I'm going to make you all suffer. Okay. Does it through a bunch of crazy, outlandish bits, most of which you've already seen in the trailers. So as I'm going to leave it for the main review, I mean, if you like the previous ones, this is similar. There are some moments where it goes from, everyone has guns pulled out to like, well, let's race. And then it goes, they pan back from, the people with the guns drawn. And all of a sudden, music picks up. Everyone starts dancing again. Then they do the street race. So, the car stunts, it's almost all CGI now. So much of it is over the top. There are moments of bad CGI every now and then, but there are moments where it's so incredibly bizarre what you're watching, in no way, shape, or form at all realistic, that you kind of go, okay, I'm fine with it being bad, poor CGI for what it is. What they're doing is something absolutely crazy and insane, so it kind of makes sense that you're going to do something really bizarre. If it got darker, it's because my computer screen turned off for a second. Again, they do the self-referential bit, where it's like, in 9, they functionally describe plot armor. In this one, again, it's the whole, they can make cars do things that violate the laws of nature, physics, and of God. Okay. There are a ton of times when a bunch of things happen, and then Vin Diesel walks out of something with not even a scratch, not even a button out of place. And it's like, okay, so the car shows damage, he does not. Gotcha. So if you like the previous ones, this one is similar enough. You can tell people are having fun in this movie. Jason Momoa steals this. I'll just leave it at that. I won't get too much into exactly what he's doing, but his character is not what I thought it was going to be, and it was brilliant in execution. And I will also say this before I go into some spoilers. We did stick around for a mid-credit scene. So, there is one of those. All right, now we're getting to the spoilers. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This movie technically ends with, you can either say a 3 or 4 part cliffhanger. Jason Statham's character, Shaw, goes off to try to help his mom, who is also being hunted by Jason Momoa and his army of mercenaries. Roman and his team, their plane got shot down by, I'll just call him Jack Reacher. But their plane got shot down in the same area where Groot and his son B are at after they drove down the dam, but the dam is exploding and their car is totaled. So they're all in the same general location as Dominic and his son are going to need to try to survive an exploding dam. So there's 2 groups of people. Charlize Theron, Cypher, and Letty, Michelle Rodriguez, are stuck in Antarctica. But it's okay, because they're on a submarine with Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot. I forgot what her character was. My wife goes, didn't she die in one of them? I'm like, I don't think people die. I don't think main characters die in this franchise. So they're stuck in Antarctica. All right, so there's another group. Mid-credit sequence. That is Black Adam. So Dwayne Johnson is like, hey, you're the guy who actually killed my dad. I'm coming for you too. It's like, I ain't hard to find. And my daughter's like, is there another one? Like, there has to be. We've got 4 separate story arcs. Then I started thinking, what if they don't do one film? Because they mentioned doing a Hobbs and Shaw follow-up. Well, you could technically do a Hobbs and Shaw movie, tie up those 2 loose ends, and then do another Fast and Furious movie. And I was like, or you do it like Avengers. Fast and Furious Avengers, where Shaw gets a movie. Hobbs gets a movie. The girls get their own movie. Everyone stuck at the exploding dam gets their movie. And then they all join forces at the end. And then that's when they do we've done this movie from different points of view. Here's 4 separate POV movies. Then lead into a 5th movie where they all team up to face Jason Statham. Who, he's the Joker in this. And I was like, if he wasn't so tall, I would love to see him as the Joker. There's a scene where he's taken the nerds from Cypher, and he's done some stuff after they tried to blow up the Vatican, which he would have used to frame the Fast and Furious team. And I'm like, wait, no one else is moving. They then pan back as he's painting someone's toes, and they're all dead, but their faces are like taped into weird positions, and he's doing their nails while he's finished doing his nails, while in like a terry cloth bathrobe. As my daughter said, wearing grandma glasses because they got the chains hanging from them, with like the massive amount of rings on and stuff. And I was like, this is insane. I'm like, how in the world, like, this is what he was hiding this whole time? I'm like, this is brilliant. This is like some weird, almost like Russell Brand, sorry. Let a bit there. I'm like, this is just he was so incredible to watch, and I was like, I want to see him not die in a few other films. I want to see how far he can take this, because it was just crazy. The bit where they're fighting on the bridge, he's like, all right, let's go, and Diesel beats the crap out of him. He spits it to them, and throws it. I'm like, you butthole, and I'm like, this is fantastic. Like, I want to see him in this weird, sort of over the top, psychotic, comedic role. Like, he's way too good at this. I'm like, he's having a blast at this role. Which most of these movies, what they are. It's like, how is it? It was dumb fun. I enjoyed it. Stuff go boom, car go rev. And people appear they're having a good time. They're having fun. And then when you watch a movie, you're like, it seems like they're having fun. At least in small groups. Not all of them together, but, I enjoyed it for what it was. Dumb, Happy, Loud movie. Part 11.